Hey everyone, how's it going? Nick
and Sam.
And we are here in Griot's garage this beautiful Thursday in the fall for a broad-based, no-holds-barred question and answer session with you guys. Our last couple lives have focused on the G9 and that topic in particular. Obviously, if you still have questions about the G9, fire away, but I want to open the floor back up, see what else you got to ask us about.
Yeah, there have been some questions that we haven't been able to get to, so we just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to really ask anything that's been on your mind about Griot's garage.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. We've got a lot going on. If you are in the detailing or automotive industry, you know this time of year is dominated by one thing. SEMA. We are in full SEMA crunch in a lot of different ways. For those of you that don't know, SEMA is usually the first week of November. Sometimes it bridges Halloween, but it's the most enormous automotive aftermarket trade show in the world. 250,000 people, thousands and thousands of vendors, 4+ million square feet at the Las Vegas Convention Center. What's your honest opinion of SEMA at this point?
I always really wanted to go, and now I've worked it 4 years in a row. But it's still pretty amazing every year. I just don't like spending a week in Vegas.
Man, okay, so I think the same thing. I love SEMA. It's an awesome show. But when I was younger, I had these dreams of grandeur, like I was going to see all these wonderful cars, and you do see a ton of wonderful cars. We don't see anything.
Yeah.
We don't see anything at all. We go to our booth, we see the cars on the way to the booth, see the cars on the way to the bathroom, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
We get to meet a bunch of you guys, so we really love going for that aspect. We always have some great products to display. But man, you go to Vegas for a week and you don't gamble, you don't go out, you go home to your hotel room and you go to sleep.
Yep.
And then you wake up and you work your butt off. So
lots of sore feet and sleeping.
It's a double-edged sword. But we have some exciting products to debut at SEMA.
Very exciting.
We're really stoked about them. We have been working exceptionally hard on them. Maybe you'd say dual pathing them with some of our other products, but then we do have some stuff that's pretty groundbreaking for us as well.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes peeled for them.
Other than the first year we went, I think this is the most excited I've been about going to SEMA.
Yeah, just with what we've got. For those of you that are attending, we have 2 booths this year, so we are bringing our big rig. Again, we got tons of new products to launch, substantial products, not just regular, not that exciting products, some really exciting products. Our indoor booth is about as big as it's ever been, and then our outdoor booth is our full semi-truck. We are building a car to debut at SEMA. We've put some teasers up on our Instagram, so if you don't follow us on Instagram already, follow us. You'll see more teasers of that. And then likewise, we've got 3 other cars from some of the most reputable builders in America coming to debut at that shop, or at that show.
If you're at SEMA, you don't want to miss our outdoor or our indoor booth, but the outdoor booth, some extremely heavy-hitting builds.
Yeah, and we're not being that secretive, or the other builders aren't being that secretive. Our car is kind of an anomaly, so we're pretty stoked to keep it secret, but Eddie's Rod and Customs out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa is building a beautiful 63 Corvette that will turn the world on its head. Our friends Paint House Texas have an immaculate 55 Chevrolet pickup truck that has so much carbon fiber work, it's mind-blowing. And then likewise, I just saw Wicked Fabrication, a local fabricator up in the Auburn area. They're putting together an Oldsmobile 442 that will, once again, turn everybody's head upside down. That's the standard for SEMA, but pretty excited that it's all happening at our booth. So give us a chance to come by and check us out. If you are coming to SEMA, we are inside in the North Hall, booth number 13039, and we are outside. You will not miss our booth outside. It is big, it is red, it is in your face. We have lots of noise. We're giving away some special stuff at that booth.
Right across from the entrance to the central hall. So if you're walking into SEMA, you'll see the big blow up on top of the truck out there. Just keep an eye out for the logo.
Yeah, you can't miss the logo.
Nope.
We've made sure of that. So you will see that this year. So we're really excited about SEMA. That's coming up, and we're gonna lose some sleep on our way to the show, but we'll get there. We'll be having fun. Likewise, mid-November, Good Guys Southwest Nationals. We'll be down in the Scottsdale area. Our events team will be there following SEMA. They'll be bringing our car that we debut at SEMA, and we'll be celebrating a bunch of our friends who have been placed in Muscle Machine of the Year finalists, Truck of the Year finalists, all sorts of builders that have been using our products to get their paint finish perfect. They're nominated for some pretty substantial awards, which will be awarded at that time. Okay, we've got plenty of questions submitted from you guys. Please fire away. We are here for you today. We have a pre-selected question that is our winner. And that winner is actually going to get one of our fancy new jackets. Pretty stoked about these. These are OGO soft shell jackets. They're super sporty, really comfortable, breathable, waterproof. So the first winner is getting one of these. We are expanding our apparel line actively right now. So if you need some Griot's Garage swag, we got a couple of t-shirts. We got this jacket. We've got even more to come, so stay tuned for that.
Awesome jackets, too. I've been wearing mine every day.
I know. It's just getting rainy here. Well, it's getting more rainy.
Yeah.
But they've got a nice water repellency, so they're perfect for this time of year. Okay, so let's get started with some questions. And once again, submit away because we are going to be picking a winner from the best question that is submitted during this live stream. Okay, yeah, let's go for it. Let's jump right in.
Question number 1.
Yeah.
So this is a great question. We don't get this one a lot. Surprising. It's a pretty unique question, and I think something that we've already talked about doing a video on. So thank you, Brian Spencer. But this question goes, pardon the rookie question. Not really a rookie question at all, but in all of my research, I haven't seen a really good example or comparison of different soil levels and how that dictates when to go from using a detail spray to a waterless wash to a rinseless wash to an actual car wash. That is a phenomenal question, and one thing that I think a lot of people get really confused on. It's going to be tough to answer exactly right now without showing you different soil levels, so we'll be sure to put that in the video. But I would say, I mean, detail sprays are really limited to light to maybe moderate dust.
Yeah.
You know, the car's been sitting in the garage for a few days to a week, hasn't seen much elements. You want to get it, cleaned up to take it for a nice drive, or say you wash the car on Sunday, you have it outside Monday, it gets rained on, and you get good weather Tuesday and want to wipe it down. That's your detail spray scenario.
Yeah, pollen, bird droppings, dust, just light, super light. I mean, you should not see a film or a consistent coating over your car for detailing sprays. You don't want to be pulling or grabbing anything that's heavy or hard or that's been on the surface for too long.
Yeah, no abrasive grit really at all. You don't want dirt buildup.
Yeah, like Sam said, like a light rain that is dried to show some light water spotting, that's a perfect detail spray scenario. In that same scenario, if you got a light rain and you waited a week, wash it or use a spray-on car wash.
Yep,
right?
exactly.
Because that'll have that extra time will allow it to bond to the surface a little bit more substantially, in which case the detail spray is not going to be as effective.
Yeah, and then for your waterless wash and rinseless wash, that's going to be, after a week or so when the car's dirty enough where a detail spray is too much, but it may not be quite dirty enough to justify a hose, or you want to do it in your garage. A rinseless wash will have quite a bit more safety than a waterless wash for a moderate amount of dirt and grime. Anytime I have any question in my head of, is this process safe, just go to the next safest process. If you're unsure and you're trying to decide between a detail spray and a waterless or a waterless and a rinseless, just go with the safer option. You may spend a few more minutes, but you're going to, in the end, save yourself the hassle of potentially putting swirl marks or scratches in the paint.
I think that's the golden rule. If there's any doubt, we essentially equate safety to amount of water used because you're using essentially more lubrication by introducing more water. So the safest methodology would be kind of a touchless foaming wash system with high pressure rinse, an additional mechanical wash as part of that process. And then hose and bucket traditional washing, rinseless, which is about 5 gallons, a little bit more water, and then waterless, and then finally detail spray. So the more water you're using, generally you're going to be introducing a safer process. That does mean more time. It does mean you need more equipment. You need the right conditions. But just err on the side of caution if there's any question at all. But I think you have struck a nerve. We have to essentially define it visually as well. I always kind of think of it as like if I'm going skiing, there's no way in hell I'm doing anything but a substantial washing process.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you're going through a mountain pass or something like that in the wintertime, especially if it's a nice vehicle, you're probably going to want to go foaming system or something like that.
If I go out on a drive in this Camaro and I get a light sprinkle, probably going to do a detail spray if I do it right away.
Totally.
So it's very much dependent, but always err on the side of caution. It's the #1 rule of detailing: do no harm.
Yeah, and if you're ever in a pinch or an emergency situation and you have to use a waterless or a rinseless wash, you can always pre-treat with both of those, soak the surfaces down heavier, be more liberal with the product. That'll make it, in turn, a little bit safer.
Yeah. Umberto Ponce, he's asking about the proper towels to use for the detail spray, which actually we forgot to tell you about the special that we've got going on today. So for all you live tune-ins, we are giving away a free 6-pack of our plush edgeless microfiber towels, which are an exceptional towel. They're extremely versatile, super soft, and you get a 6-pack of those, a $30 value when you place an order for $75 or more when you use the code SMGL5. So that's a pretty awesome giveaway. We love those towels. Like I said, super high utility, super soft and gentle. They're great for sensitive finishes such as single stage paints, and great for rinseless washing as well. That's what the tool I use for washing.
And a very versatile towel. I mean, I've adopted these now for not only when there's dirt on the surface and you're doing a detail spray or a waterless or rinseless wash, but I also really like them for wiping off polish and wax residue too, especially when you're working around very delicate paint surfaces. These are an awesome, awesome towel to use. They have a lot of pickup to them. With that plush nap, you're going to be able to mow through a lot of polish and wax. And then for detail sprays, rinseless or waterless car washes, I also really like the PFM towels. Typically, I'll use these for my final buff when I'm doing like a waterless or a rinseless process. So I'll use these to remove the dirt to increase safety when I'm doing that, and then I'll buff with these to speed up the second step of that process. So.
Yeah. Obviously, we love our PFM towels, incredibly versatile as well. These are the giveaway today, and they're great. Both these towels are super versatile.
Most absorbent towels on the market, too. You will not be disappointed with the PFMs.
Often copied, never replicated.
Yes, very often copied.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a lot of questions coming in. I see the Grief twins are firing away. Cats or dogs? I'm a dog person.
The dogs. But I have a funny story. I've always kind of despised cats, to be honest. I had a really mean cat when I was growing up. It was my sister's cat. I might have not been the nicest to that cat either, but I recently bought my wife a cat for her birthday. My kids wanted one. She'd been asking for one. I finally gave in after being the dad that's constantly, no, I'm not getting a cat ever. And to be honest, I love this cat. It's a really cool cat. So.
We had cats growing up as well. The last cat we had literally used my bed exclusively as its toilet. I did not like that cat very much.
That's usually the problem with cats.
Yeah. My dog, he loves, I'm going to go pick him up from daycare at the end of the day. He's a little overweight right now because he's been neglected as I have an 8-month-old at home. Yep. But goodness gracious, there's nothing like a happy dog that will just do anything to make you happier.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love dogs.
Me as well.
Okay, so we're going to get to our winner of the jacket. We hope you're watching. If not, we're going to follow up with you. This is a pretty cool question because It pertains to a couple things that have pretty much become hallmarks of our brand. And this question was submitted via Facebook from Sean Downs. And he says, what's the story behind the Porsche in front of the flagship store and your logo? So it's two parts. But if you haven't seen the front of our store, we have this Porsche Speedster that is essentially buried in the ground.
Yeah, people freak out when they see this thing.
Because, people freak out because they think, man, you cut up a $250,000 Porsche and just put it in the dirt and it's a lawn ornament. But the story behind that is obviously it's the Porsche Speedster is a timeless shape. There you go. You can see it on the screen now. But yeah, the landscape has kind of grown up around that thing. The headlights work, the horns work. But it's just this cool way to include automobiles. And there's a couple other parts cars buried around the landscape around the building. But that one's definitely the feature. But it's not an actual Speedster. It came from Intermechanica, which is a shop that makes replica Speedsters, and it came out of Canada. And there's a funny story because it got stuck in customs for a very long time because it definitely raises some red flags when you send 3/4 of a car across the border without an engine, without running gear.
Yeah.
So they're thinking, okay, Griot's Garage is probably stuffing some contraband in the body of this car, or where's the back quarter end of it? That's where all the loot is. So that car was stuck in customs, but it's definitely a highlight of most people's trips here in the wintertime when it's dark early while the store's still open, the lights are on. It's a cool little piece.
It is cool. Always keep it coated with a fresh coat of Best of Show wax.
Yeah. And then the logo is actually a freehand design that Richard based upon a Jaguar XK120 convertible. So it's not actually true to that form. It's definitely kind of exaggerated. When I was younger, I always used to think of Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians, this big, loopy kind of car.
Yeah.
And we've actually had a lot of people ask us recently if we ever intend to build a replica of that car. And I think it's a great idea.
That would be pretty cool.
I mean, we could put some fire-breathing something into, a one-off car, and we know some pretty good metal fabricators locally that can make something that's like it. So
just a few.
So those are two really important cars, and maybe one day you'll see that Griot's Garage logo car driving around, and it'll come from Richard's head, I'm sure, and it'll probably be expensive and very nice and very fast as well. But we'll get there one day. But Sean Downs, thank you very much for the question. If you're watching, we'll reach out to you if you don't reach out to us first, but you can reach out via Facebook or Instagram or email us at social@griotsgarage.com, and we'll get you one of these fancy jackets to ride through the fall in and rep Griot's Garage. Thank you very much for that.
This is a really cool question from Kay Wood. Came in on the live. It says, love the G9. All the hype is true. How old is the first G9 or the original G9 prototype? How long from prototype to production?
So
about 2 years, right?
Yeah, I
mean, over.
We met our current manufacturing partner in Germany in 2016. They had reached out to us about a couple projects, which you may see come to fruition very soon. And in that, we kind of approached them about this evolution of our 6-inch random orbital platform that became the G9. Jeff started working. They have an in-house engineer. They have all the in-house, vertical integration, motor, molds, all the awesome capability that we did not have with our previous manufacturer, and it really allowed us to kind of co-engineer this tool. But yeah, I mean, it started out as a drawing. Obviously, we had an understanding of how a random orbital is supposed to work, what parts made it better. So definitely an iterative process, but yes, about 2 years. And I think if you watch our G9 YouTube live, we showed you the 3D models and how the shape evolved over the course of that time. So
yeah, I think we went through about 5 or 6 3D models before it ended on the final shape. So.
And the 3D models are really instructive with regards to proportion, weight. You can start putting the internals into those 3D models, so you start to feel balance, start to feel ergonomics, like edges that bother you. So we had a lot of time to work on that. And again, I think that's due to Griot's Garage and our mentality that We may not be first to market, but when we bring something to market, it's going to be excellent. And we really thank you for your feedback on the G9. Actually, a lot of really positive feedback on the G9. So we're very proud of that. We'll continue to do things that make you guys happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So we had a comment about the Camaro, which gives me an opportunity to talk about the Camaro. Oh gosh, I love this car.
There's a couple of comments in there.
Yeah. So this Camaro is very dear to my heart. This is a 1971 RSSS Camaro. My dad and I actually restored this car when I was a teenager. I got it when I was 15, and we did a ton of work on this car together. Awesome. I rebuilt the motor with my high school U.S. history teacher who drag raced Mustangs. He cleaned parts with gasoline. He poured and polished his own heads in his garage. The guy was badass. And then I actually did an internship with J&L Fabrication in Puyallup, helped assemble the car. But you know, it's crazy. I've owned this car for more than half my life now. And we're filming a video about it that will come out early next week on our YouTube channel. So if you don't want to miss that video, we're ripping around and having a great time in the car. It definitely hauls ass. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. You won't miss that. Or you can get our email, and we'll be sending it out that way. But I call her Bernadette. She's named after my grandma, who's a little bulldog herself. And this is a numbers matching yellow Camaro. It was yellow before Bumblebee was a thing, so don't even think about giving me grief about Bumblebee. All right. I didn't copy the Transformer movie. This is the factory color.
They copied you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any kid that sees this now,
it's Bumblebee.
What
It's Bumblebee. So. It pisses me off so much. I go to a car show, park it, some little 4-year-old. Bumblebee!
Keep your hands off it, kid.
Yeah. Don't touch it. It's not going to transform, I promise you. Yeah. Okay, we did have a question from Jason Michelle Mustang, and he, when we asked for questions, he said, "No, you guys never answer any of my questions," and a frowny face. So we're really sorry, Jason.
Don't give up, Jason. Don't give up.
We've definitely indicated the key to our hearts is through humor or a broad-based question that really will help educate everybody who's tuning in. So, you know, if you asked us something specifically, I think Mustang is part of your name and was part of your moniker. If you said, how do I detail a Mustang? We're probably not going to answer that question. Not because we like Camaros, just because it's not relevant to everybody. So we only have so much time. We have wives and kids to go home to. Otherwise, we'd stay here for 4 hours.
We do our best to avoid playing favorites. It's difficult to get through every question that we get, but do not give up. Please keep asking questions.
Yeah, again, we really, like if you have something that's really troubling you with detailing, I guarantee you're not alone, and that's the one we want to answer. We want to help.
Totally.
We live this lifestyle. We develop these products. We want to believe that we are as knowledgeable as we can be. We do get stumped from time to time. But then that challenges us to know and then educate you as well. So keep it up. We called you out not because we were trying to make fun of you. We really do want to answer the questions that are most pertinent to our audience.
Yeah.
So.
And you're not the first comment like that we've seen. So we want everybody out there to know.
Yeah.
We do our best to get to them.
I mean, for our G9 YouTube Live, we had 500 questions come in. I don't know how long that would have taken, but I think we probably would have been past our bedtime for sure.
Definitely. It's getting earlier by the year.
Yeah.
We had another kind of a similar comment. Isaac Ristich says, I reached out to your company on IG in regard to an item I purchased.
Instagram.
And never received a response. Best way to get your questions answered immediately and get a custom tailored answer is to give our customer service center a call, 1-800-345-5789. We have real people in our building in Tacoma that you can talk to if you call in from 6 a.m. PST to 6 p.m. PST, Monday through Friday. You'll get one of the folks in our building. They're all very well educated on the products. Customer service is very important to us. Same deal on the social media networks.
Yeah.
It's really tough to get to every single question that comes through. We're making steps to improve that and improve our engagement there. So please.
Yeah, we get a lot of interactivity there, but almost always we guide them to our customer service center because we're going to make you happy. There's absolutely no way you would call us with a complaint and we wouldn't take care of you. So if it's a specific product, we'll replace it. We had a guy come in on our Facebook that showed his interior detail aerosol leaking, and sure enough, we have a known issue with that package. It doesn't happen to everybody, but all you had to do was call us. And you know, social media gives you that platform to air your complaints, and obviously we want to make you happy and fix those things. But we are a business with a building, with people that answer the phones, and we want to take care of you. We want customers for life. So, Isaac, we really do want to take care of you, and we apologize if we didn't get back to you on Instagram, but you can call us. We'll take care of you.
Hands down. Let's see.
Here's a quick one. Is it not recommended? JTS Porsche writes in from Instagram. Is it not recommended to use 2 backing plate spacers on the G15 or G21?
You can. We put 2 in the package so that if you do need that extra gapping, you can use 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the spacers with that tool, depending on your experience level and what you're working on, can help out quite a bit with pad rotation. So most of my G15s and G21s are set up with at least 1 or 2 spacers. There is a slight tolerance range in the rubber shroud that is right above the backing plate on that tool. Some of those will get somewhat deformed in shipping at times, and you may have more or less contact with the plate out of the box. So that's the reason that there's 2 spacers in there. If you have pretty good pad rotation out of the box, free spinning, you likely only need 1. If there's some contact between that shroud and the plate out of the box, you may need both to maintain a free spin there without the plate contacting that shroud. Here's a good one. When are you guys going to sell products by 5 gallons? Reach out to us. We'll put you in touch with our wholesale department. We do have a lot of our high consumption products available in 5-gallon sizes. Our Speed Shine, our car wash, our iron and fallout remover,
Microfiber foam pad
microfiber cleaner, I think
wheel
rubber cleaner.
Yeah.
There's several, I think about 7 or 8 of our liquids that we do offer in the 5-gallon size.
Yeah, we do offer that right now exclusively to our wholesale customers. But if you are not a wholesale customer and you need and or consume product in that clip, you would call us directly at our 1-800 line, and we would redirect you to our wholesale department so that you could contact them and discuss pricing. So it is an option. It's just not available to every consumer. So mediocre handle, great handle. Made us both chuckle a little bit. Griot has made a whole slew of DAs, dual action random orbitals. Where is the rotary love? Well, rotaries, we love them. But I think Sam and I would both raise our hand and say, man, the amount of people that we want to put rotaries in their hands versus dual action random orbitals, we fight almost our entire existence battling misconceptions about rotaries versus DAs, and the ease and results you can now get with dual action platforms don't totally make rotaries irrelevant. Don't even get me close to saying that.
Yeah, no.
But the vast majority of our customers have minimal machine experience, and so a DA is the perfect platform to get them comfortable. That being said, no bean spilling.
No bean spilling.
No bean spilling, but
there may be some love coming.
Yeah, we're working on. Again, we have a brand new manufacturing partner that has expanded our opportunity to expand our offering to you. So keep your eyes open. We do love rotaries as a platform, but just our priority is dual action random orbitals.
Let's see here.
Okay, this is a good one.
Yeah, this is a common one. It has been answered before, but we will answer it again.
And in fact, our customers were answering this before we had the opportunity to do so.
MW Auto Detail asks, will a 3-inch backing plate fit on the new G9 like it would on the original? We had another, he kind of elaborated, started to answer his own question there, but basically We do have 3-inch plates that will thread into the G9. However, we do not recommend it because those plates are not weight matched to the counterbalance, and you also have a larger shroud on the G9 than you did on the previous tool, which is going to make it harder to get into areas where a 3-inch plate is going to be useful because of that shroud protruding out larger than a 3-inch diameter. You also have a slight risk of potentially getting your fingers in between the shroud and the plate and catching them on a spinning counterbalance, which would not be a very safe scenario for you. So that is one reason that we don't recommend to run a 3-inch plate with the G9.
Yeah, and again, I mean, you can. Likewise, we've had a lot of customers that we've offered the buyback program to, but them kind of knowing that the GG6, our previous machine, runs a 3-inch plate beautifully. They keep their GG6 and buy the G9 for its expanded capability and ergonomics, and then just use that GG6 with the 3-inch plate as kind of a scalpel, very specific tool.
Yeah, and if you're serious about detailing cars, you don't want to be swapping backing plates mid-job. Buy tools that are designated for each plate size. That is by far the way to go.
Yeah. Somebody said it's already past their bedtime. Man, you must wake up really early, or you're watching in Great Britain or something.
Yeah.
Dr. Dino.
Could be East Coast. Getting kind of late over there, too.
Yeah, who knows? I had a funny question come in, and it was, where was it? Raymond Cooper. Are y'all able to smell y'all products and determine what is what while being blindfolded?
Yeah,
100%.
Definitely. I get made fun of a lot for smelling pads to figure out what polish or compound was on them last.
Yeah.
Do that in a customer demo, and they're looking at you like, what is he smelling the pad for? This guy's crazy.
Yeah, I think just based upon how distinctive our products are with regards to smell and purpose, and then also some of the actives that are present, even with a scent that may be similar to another product,
definitely.
It's really easy for us to determine. We live this. We're around these products all the time. We're integral in the development of these scents, along with the rest of our product development, R&D, and formulation chemists. We have a scent expert out in Indianapolis who
fragrance specialist. Shout out to Jackie.
Yeah, really. If you check out our YouTube channel, you can see the amount of scents we went through to pick out the correct one for Best of Show Detailer. I want to say it was like 45 different scents. I mean, from pineapple, coconut, to all crazy different scents. And you know, Richard has a really sensitive nose too. So
very sensitive nose.
He will tell us to say, okay, I like that smell, but I want it turned down like 25%. And unfortunately, that always makes us go back to the drawing board for stability. It resets the clock.
Yep.
So, you know, we do a lot of work on scents to make it pleasant for you, but then we know them like the back of our hands. So.
Yeah, that might be a fun YouTube live idea. Do some Pepsi challenge with some Griot's products.
Yeah, we're not gonna drink them, but yeah.
That'd make for a bad night.
So I saw the True Adonis too. He said he was one of our G9 winners. He asked what would be the most gentle approach for a car that doesn't need heavy correction in terms of pad and liquid combination.
That's a great question. It's somewhat tough to answer without seeing the car, but if it doesn't need heavy correction, I'd probably start with correcting cream and the orange foam correcting pad. That's really a great starting point for a lot of different scenarios. It's going to handle fine to moderate defects really easily. You can always have a couple potentially microfiber pads or some of the white foam correcting pads as backup in case you hit spots where you need a little more cutting ability out of that product. But it's a very safe, user-friendly, kind of middle-of-the-road approach to take on a car that just has light to moderate defects.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say even gentler is a black foam finishing pad with an all-in-one product.
Yeah.
If it's a car that truly is in minimal need of correction, and we always have to preface that because we've worked the show circuit. There are guys that come up to us and say, my car doesn't have a scratch on it. Well, okay, that's a relative term.
It's never true.
Right? Most people think of a scratch as, again, an ex-girlfriend with a vendetta and a set of keys.
Yeah.
That's a scratch. Well, unfortunately, there is a lot of scratches that happen, due to routine maintenance, towel marks, improper care. We're not blaming you. These are just what we define as scratches.
Yeah. Scratches and swirl marks are very relative terms.
It is a scratch in your car. It's not one that is incurable, such as one that goes through color code, touches primer like a key. But for a car that is truly in great shape with moderate to light, wear and tear, toweling marks, like pretty much my wife's black car that I hand wash, but it doesn't get washed all the time. It does pick up some, wear and tear over the course of the year. I'm going to do an all-in-one process because it's just quick, gentle. I can do it twice. I can do it 3 times a year without concern, but it isn't going to get stuff that's a little tougher. Granted, I'm not really ever caring about her car's paint being perfect. I just want it to look good, be protected, bead water, be easy to clean. So yeah, that's an even gentler approach, but you're never going to get in trouble with correcting creaming an orange pad.
Great way to go, follow it with a wax, or like Nick said, our liquid wax 3-in-1, finishing sealant, black foam pad, another solid combo.
Yeah, that's super easy. We generally equip most people with an all-in-one product and an orange foam pad. Again, you can change your pad density, your firmness of the pad, and stick with an all-in-one product and get a slightly more aggressive result. And again, we encourage you to try different processes and pads, not because we want to sell more liquids and pads, but because every paint system is slightly different. A Japanese clear coat will respond differently than an American clear coat. The GMC stuff that's coming out right now is super soft, and it didn't used to be that way when I was detailing my mom's GMC in the early 2000s. So.
Yep. All paint is different. We do have a pretty awesome YouTube video that we just launched that addresses this question pretty specifically. The G9 and Boss Creams and Pads video on the YouTube channel. Check that one out, and it'll elaborate on this subject a little bit more.
Yeah.
This is a really good one from Wiedermeyer.
We
have
Wiedermeyer. Animal House, baby.
We have a 2018 Chevrolet Silverado with 20-inch polished aluminum wheels. I want to know if these are clear-coated or just polished, and what products will be best to clean and protect these in the upcoming Wisconsin winter. Midwest winters. I do not envy you folks that live in the Midwest during wintertime. Jeff is in Minnesota, so we hear about the rough Midwest winters all winter long.
Not just that, man. The amount of equipment you need to clear your driveway and get the mosquitoes out. In the Midwest, I love the Midwest. Love everybody there. It is not flyover country to me.
Heartland of America.
That's where my grandparents are from, where our manufacturing facility is in. Love the Midwest. But man, that weather is crazy.
Yeah, and the salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to figure out a better solution than that.
Yeah.
But anyways, most factory wheels on new vehicles are going to be clear coated. Even if they look bare, odds are they're clear coated. If you want to be 100% positive, 2 ways to find out: call your local dealer. You may have to give them the VIN to get an exact answer if you can talk to somebody that knows what they're talking about at your dealership. Or take some metal polish and a white cotton towel, an old t-shirt, an old dish rag, and put some metal polish on the towel and rub an inconspicuous spot on the wheel, like the back of the wheel or the back of a spoke or underside of a spoke. If you get black residue, it's bare aluminum. If you don't, then it's likely clear coated or could be chromed or anodized.
Yeah, the black is pretty much the perfect indicator, right? Because you are scuffing metal. But almost always, like Sam said, the wheels aren't, we're not diminishing the finish by saying that it's clear coated. This is what most wheel manufacturers have gone towards.
Yeah, I would want mine clear coated.
Yeah,
it's less maintenance to you in the long term.
And likewise, again, I think there are ceramic coatings specifically for wheels that can be done. For me, I'll do like a one-step sealant, which is our most durable product. That'll give me a little bit of light correction on that clear coat. The big barrels on the Lincoln, they're about 3.5 inches deep. They're clear coated, and I'll just use an all-in-one product. Now, it's important to understand your wheels go through a lot of heat cycles. Even ceramic coating, I think it's debatable how durable those are relative to a ceramic coating that'd be placed on a painted surface that don't go through those same heat cycles, aren't exposed to ferrous metals and obviously are lower to the ground, get a bunch more junk on them. So wheels are tough to say you have a great solution for protecting them long term. Ceramic's going to give you the most durability, but in terms of our product line, Polywax or one-step sealant.
I really like using our rinseless wash and wax at 15:1 on my wheels as well. Even if it's after I've cleaned them, spray that on, dry it off. That'll add an extra coat of protection. Or if you're using our foaming system, hit the wheels with the polygloss when you're doing the rest of the vehicle. Obviously, in a Wisconsin winter, it's going to be difficult to use the foaming system. So you're going to be, your rinseless at 15:1. It's going to be a great solution for you in the garage. You can also use that to clean the wheels if they're only lightly dirty, light to moderate. And then, like Nick said, Polywax to protect them, get them clean, decontaminate them. You put the Polywax on. You could probably apply that once a month or every other month during the winter time, and that's going to keep a very nice protection on the wheels. For cleaning them, depending on how long you're going between, our HD wheel cleaner is usually what I recommend if they're getting pretty dirty or you have a lot of brake dust. If they're not getting very dirty, the rinseless 15:1, you can do that in your garage when it's cold out, or our regular wheel cleaner is another slightly more gentle solution if your wheels aren't getting super dirty. And I always try to advise folks that have nice sets of wheels on their vehicles and live in an area with really harsh winters and road salt to buy a set of winter wheels to run. Go pick up some Steelies or something if you can tolerate the look of those. But really, regardless of the type of wheel and how well you maintain and protect it during the winter, if the roads are getting salted and you're driving that car, you're gonna risk damaging the wheels.
Yeah.
So, I've seen lots of clear-coated wheels where they'll get little chips, the road salt, they'll eat its way under that and start to cause problems.
Yeah, it just goes down like one of the spines of the wheel.
Yep.
Okay, we got a couple live questions. Chris Richardson asked, what are you going to do with all the traded-in GG6s? Well, we haven't decided exactly what we're going to do. We don't really recondition our machines, and we aren't going to be reconditioning machines that we are not going to continue to sell. We're most likely going to find a partner to donate those machines to that are still functional. We have a couple of youth initiatives that are trade schools where we've been approached by one of our partners, LeMay, is an automotive museum here in town, America's Car Museum. And I was recently at a networking event, and they have a lot of educational initiatives, and that's probably where those machines are going to go. They're going to be given to kids that are in school that can learn another skill that's a little easier to do and monetize while they're in school. I mean, that's how I paid for my lifestyle when I was in school, and lifestyle being, eating out and beer and whatever else I was into at the time.
Yep.
But I would detail cars.
Same here.
So detailing is a great way to make money. You start with your neighbors, and all of a sudden you're detailing everybody's cars. So that's probably where those are going to end up.
Yeah. Careful what you wish for, though.
Yeah.
Friends and family will all be driving you bonkers.
Can you put your pants in the dryer? I think you meant to say
I think
pads.
he corrected himself
Okay.
a few lines
Yeah.
down. I saw that one
Extreme
too.
Car Wash.
Of course, you can put your pants in the
we're
dryer.
we're not
I
taking
drop
our
my
pants off. All right. The pads, putting the pads in the dryer, I think I generally avoid that because when I was detailing in earnest, I was using our machine polishes, which were water-based, and they were pretty easy to clean if you did them right away. And we just got in the habit of throwing everything in, but the pads got warped.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't really ideal for them.
With our new pads, they are a lot more durable. If you do put them in the dryer, do it on the lowest heat setting that your dryer has. A lot of times I'll put them in the dryer and just use the fluff air or no heat setting, and that'll help just spin some of the water out of them and get them a little drier so that when you put them on your drying rack, they aren't taking a day or two to dry. But if you're exposing them to heat in the dryer, like Nick said, they could potentially warp and you could shorten the life of that pad.
Yeah, literally all we try and do is reduce heat of the pad to promote longevity of life, and then to throw it in the dryer and introduce heat would be definitely counterproductive. So like Sam said, I think the idea that shaking water out of them, this is especially a problem if you're a detailer and you detail one car, you go home, clean your pads, and you got to detail a car the next day. You got to find a way to accelerate that pad drying. So in that sense, I agree with the tumble dry, the air dry. Is not always the fastest way. I used to put them on the orbital and spin them to get the excess water out as well.
I know a lot of guys that do that.
So there are some ways to accelerate the drying process, but primarily you're trying to get the excess water out.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, another thing too that'll help out with your pad washing and drying is one of the first lessons I learned when I started detailing cars a lot is buy a lot more pads than you think you need. Changing out your pads frequently is going to allow you to get the job done faster and with more consistent results. And then you don't necessarily have to, wash 2 or 3 pads after every detail because you'll have a backlog of them that you can swap in and out. So.
Okay. Funny questions. Let's see.
Can we talk about Nick's hair regimen?
No.
We can't avoid that question. Come on now.
I mean,
I'm starting to feel left out. My hair's not that bad either, guys.
I do. I try and take pretty good care of my hair. I usually get the most grief about my hair from people with no hair. Especially when I was in commercial real estate. I was like one of the youngest guys in my office. Commercial real estate is a stressful industry, and a lot of those guys had their hair falling out or were gray hairs or just would go bald, just like as a matter of making themselves look older and more stately. But yeah, I don't know. I've been putting gel in my hair for my entire life. My dad used to comb my hair and put gel in it when I was a young kid. All my brothers and I all had the same haircut, so I've been pretty used to it. But I definitely still gel my hair. I try and get haircuts as often as possible, but I don't have maybe a repeatable regimen, or at least one that I'm comfortable sharing in this forum. So,
look good, feel good, right?
Yeah. But on the back of that, JT, you see, thank you for participating again.
Yes.
It's not that hard to make us laugh. We're pretty lighthearted guys. Again, we come here. We're not stressed about what we're doing every day. So
a lot of you guys make us laugh. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, some of it is just typical questions we get where, we laugh about it because we'll answer it again. But on that same topic, we did have a question. What is the best pad and product combo for the deepest shine? I would say there's no singular diagnosis for that. I'm gonna say that almost always it's a multiple step process.
Yes.
That's going to entail multiple pads, multiple abrasives, and time.
You're gonna need to cater it to the paint that you're working on as well. I mean, for dark finishes, you can't go wrong with our Best to Show wax as your final step and topper. Maximize your color depth and clarity, but that answer is really going to change depending on the paint type and the color and the car that you're working on. Yeah.
And again, we always suggest that, if you can get the results you want with less steps, do that. If you want to get perfect paint and continually come back as you use that car, multiple steps are going to be the way, but it's all relative to you. I mean, you might have a car that has tons of swirls, and the thing that you really care about is clean wheels, clean tire, clean interior. Great. That's all you want, and we provide you the products to make you enjoy your car and keep the things that are important to you clean. That's great. You also don't have the right to tell us that your car is scratch-free, but at the same time,
we'll challenge you on that question every time.
But we definitely aren't going to judge you. If you love your car, we're going to try and help you make it as easy as possible to maintain it.
Yep.
But the key to perfect paint is multiple steps, time, and then likewise maintenance. Yeah.
Maintenance #1, man, for sure. You can easily wreck a perfect paint really quickly by not using proper maintenance.
Yeah. Okay, right there. So Joshua Hugh
that's a great one.
Asks, how about the cleaning process used on the Griot's garage? Which staff members play janitor before these videos? How often do you clean? Do you use all Griot's garage products when cleaning the garage? Great question. We take a lot of pride in our facility. We do have a janitorial service that helps us after hours.
Yeah, they don't touch this garage.
They don't touch this garage.
A lot of top secret stuff out here, so we keep them on the offices.
The R&D is probably the busiest room in the facility.
Hands down. You're looking at the cleanest corner of the R&D garage right now. We got SEMA prep going on behind the cameras. There's crates and boxes and pallets.
We got a Christmas tree over there, lights everywhere.
half the SEMA booth set up in one corner. And
so you're not seeing the rest of it. But the facility is immaculate. We're a detailing company. We keep it clean. It was built the right way. There's absolutely no question about that. You come into this building, you're not going to miss a single detail because we've thought through every detail. And that's Richard's really touch and insistence upon it. We're 10 years into this facility. I guarantee you came in here and you would think it was built yesterday.
Yeah, and I could personally attest that this garage that we're standing right now, as well as your home garage, my home garage, Richard's home garage, are all cleaned exclusively with Griot's garage products.
Yeah.
Multi-surface citrus cleaner, one of my favorites. Wipe down your workbenches, your floor, whatever. Tons of stuff that we have that also works in the garage, not only on the car. So.
Yeah, and I think it's generally the same thing, right? These are active spaces. We work here. We test here. We bring some pretty gnarly cars in here because if we bring perfect cars in here to test our products on, we're not going to learn anything.
Yeah, and it always stresses me out. We constantly have folks touring the building. I mean, you'll be any given day, there will be some important person getting walked through. So we always try to keep it nice and dialed so that there's no caught with your pants down moments.
Yeah. Okay, pizza and beer or whiskey and steak?
Well, I think it's a different occasion there, but that's a tough choice, man.
I mean,
really
right now in October, I'm like low carb. I'm in a weight loss challenge with my best friend.
That's an easy answer for you. Then,
so I'm going whiskey and steak all day long.
I'm gonna go pizza and beer. I think that's just it's comfort food.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with either of these things. You
Not at
realize
all.
this. Like,
not at all.
Although I do kind of like. I don't drink that much wine anymore, but I like red wine with steak as well.
Hands down. I think you and your dad really turned me on to that combo.
My dad has spoiled, I think, all the Griot's Garage employees for sure. That's probably one of the best parts of our SEMA. We have a celebratory dinner. Go get big enough steaks to pretty much you got to roll out of that restaurant.
Double Eagle tomahawk steaks.
Yeah, some massive ones. So.
I think Matt downed one of those last year, our video guy behind the camera here.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for your participation. I think we gotta pick a winner sometime soon. Well, maybe not. If you guys have a secret question that you've been waiting on to get our last giveaway prize, fire it away right now. We already gave away one of these jackets. But it is, turned into that winner. So we're gonna put together a kit for the next winner here. We did have one other pertinent question. This is really important. Showstopper Detailing said, "I have a truck with orange peel. Would a one-step correction fix this?"
No.
No.
No, you'll never fix orange peel with paint correction other than wet sanding. That's really the only form of paint correction that's going to handle orange peel efficiently. We've seen all kinds, denim pads and really interesting approaches to leveling orange peel. Nothing is going to be as efficient or even make it possible other than wet sanding. Really, that's the best way to do it.
Quite frankly, it's interesting because I think there's a trend, and I've talked to my dad and my brother about this. They're in the business of restoring and buying and selling cars. And it actually is more desirable to find a car with factory orange peel, which when you're refinishing a car like a show car, it's almost everybody wants a perfectly flat finish. They want it to be sanded smooth. They don't want orange peel. But when you actually find a collector car or something that is proposing value, one of the ways you can tell it's not painted is if it still has that factory orange peel. Yep. And so there's kind of a happy medium there. If you want to flatten your paint out, you're going to reduce the amount of paint on your car. You might get rid of that orange peel. But likewise, if you have something really valuable, you may want to think twice about removing it because it is almost a sign of originality that will pay dividends to the future to some collector that is aware of that.
Yeah, and to some people, they're going to make the assumption if it doesn't have orange peel that it has been very thoroughly wet sanded, which may lead them to believe it has thin clear or thinner paint, and that can turn off some folks. So, really, you're gonna want to go with wet sanding, which we only recommend if you have professional experience. By the way, wet sanding can be a very risky process if you do not have experience doing that. So keep that in mind.
All right.
Oh, this is a good one from Chris Richardson. The wife wants to know what to use to polish the shower surround. Shower doors is an easy one, our fine glass polish. Shower surround.
My wife, I'm not going to ever give that story up. I taught my wife how to use glass polish to polish our apartment showers, and like I could just see her mouth watering. And she made those glass doors perfect.
Yeah.
My dad has a story about polishing the shower door in the master bathroom in the house we grew up in, and my brother Philip running into the door because he couldn't see it. So
classic.
Yeah, the glass polish. The surround, go for it.
Surround, it's going to depend on what substrate you're working on, whether it's tile or like a synthetic insert. I was in my shower about 2 weeks ago on the weekend after I cleaned it, hitting it with rinseless wax or rinseless wash 15-to-1 to add some protection, keep the soap scum off. But for polishing it, I would probably go with like our finishing sealant.
I love one step.
One-in-one, yeah, one-step sealant.
Yeah, one step is great for like those vinyl drop-ins, those kind of composites. I mean, the one step, I almost always start with one step, just because of the kind of cut that it has.
Yeah, and it's synthetic, so it's going to be durable in an environment like a shower as well.
But I mean, if you had like ceramic tile, I wouldn't have much heartburn about spinning it over there. Obviously, slower speeds with stuff you're not sure of its surface.
Yeah, and be careful around grout. If you have like a colored grout and you get polish residue on it, you're gonna have to scrub that off.
Good point. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely, don't polish marble or anything like fine stone or something.
And then sealed tile too. If it has a sealant on it, abrasives may degrade or remove that sealant, so keep that in mind as well.
But I mean, if you want to like spray on wax or best to show spray wax on that stuff, it's going to beat up pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, it depends on how far you're going to go. Detail everything, right?
This is a good one. We got a couple really good questions coming at the end, so I don't think we can quite cut off right yet. But Mark Benson has asked this twice: what scent is best to show paste wax? Our scents, our names of our scents are for the most part proprietary. We don't typically divulge what they are. That one's kind of a generic name, but
I don't even know it.
Want to say it?
No, and I think that we want to hear what you think it is, and maybe we'll message you and poke you and confirm it.
Yeah, it's similar to like a personal fragrance, almost like a cologne or a perfumey type scent.
Yeah.
Let's see. We had a couple good ones. What is the best way to remove ceramic coating? Typically paint correction. That's one of the downfalls of ceramic coatings is once they're there, they're very hard to remove. If you need to, do a paint correction, remove a scratch, water spot, something like that, you're gonna have to polish through that ceramic coating. I've also known guys that have even wet sanded off ceramic coatings that are so durable that paint correction takes a long time to get through them. So keep that in mind. If you're applying a ceramic coating to your car, make sure that you get it absolutely perfect before you put that on, because once it's there, it's going to be very difficult to remove. Chemicals typically won't touch them depending on the coating. There's a wide range of coating durabilities out there, so most are going to require paint correction.
Okay, this is it. Dr. Dino, you confirmed my suspicion. You said, what could I use to polish my bald head? And you're the one asking about my hair regimen. So it just goes. I don't know if you actually have a bald head, but if you ask that, I'm putting 2 and 2 together, okay? I'm on my toes right now.
Best show wax is all you need, man.
Actually, some of our old school videos, like our DVD instructional video for the 3-inch polisher, actually features Richard polishing somebody's bald head.
Yep, I can remember that.
Or waxing.
Yeah, it does not work well as hair gel, though. I'll pick on one of our store associates. He had the wonderful idea to try best show wax as hair gel. Apparently he ran out of his supply at home or something, but didn't turn out too well.
That is a dyed-in-the-wool Griot's Garage employee. Just like, I'm out of this common household thing. Maybe I'll use it on my body somewhere.
He may or may not have been raised within these walls for much of his life. So.
Yeah, we can't claim responsibility for him, but his father is.
Don't put our products in your hair. They may very likely make it fall out, so we're not liable.
Okay, and then one other one from Mark Benson, is Griot's Red a custom color? It is, yes. It's a very specific one. Red is a notoriously difficult color to match, to perfect. I can't tell you how many apparel vendors we've frustrated over the years where they bring us, oh, yes, of course I've got a red shirt. That's not a red shirt. That's burgundy. That's cardinal.
Apparel vendors, cabinet vendors, the list goes on.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Obviously, we have plastics, we have metals, we have powder coats, we have paints. The amount of time we've spent making sure they're consistent throughout, and even so, red is very UV sensitive as well. It's one of the softest paints in the past, especially like single stage guards red Porsche. If you ever get to detail that type of car, you will make a ton of difference because it just responds so well.
Absolutely.
But red's very important to Griot's Garage, and we do our best not to mess it up.
Apparently, we need to bring back these tool carts. We've had like 3 or 4 people ask when they can get these things.
Yeah, so the cart on my left is actually currently for sale. This is our utility cart with a power strip in it, so you can power your orbitals from it. This week we currently sell. This cart we used to sell, and we didn't sell enough of them to continue selling them. I love it. It's an awesome cart.
It's missed your chance.
Yeah, you did miss your chance, but we always are trying to continue to offer garage solutions. So keep your eye out. We have some fun stuff coming for holiday. No tool carts like this, but you can always submit your feedback to our customer service and request things like that. We're pretty responsive to our customers. We get asked enough. We see a trend. Guess what's coming to market? Whatever you ask for.
Yep, absolutely. Spencer asked if we're feeling prepared and excited for SEMA. Extremely prepared and extremely excited.
Yeah, I mean,
this year's gonna be big.
I mean, we've been, like, our checklist does not have many boxes left to be checked.
Nope.
I mean, we got to put stuff in the crates. We got to wax up everything, make it look really nice. I had to get all my shirts ironed.
Yeah, you and me both.
Pretty much. That's about it.
Always a last-minute affair.
And then I'm trying to just get as healthy as I can before I go, spend a week in Las Vegas, which we already talked about is our least favorite part of it.
Lots of healthy food.
Yeah, let's hit this one more time before we pick a winner. So if you guys have tuned in, we do have a special giveaway code, or it's not a giveaway, but if you go to Griot's Garage between now and midnight tomorrow, you spend $75 with us. Not only are you going to get free shipping, you're going to get a free 6-pack of our plush microfiber edgeless towels, one of our most exceptional towels. You get 6 in a pack. It's a super good value, $30. You can use them as rinseless wash cloths. You can use them as face cloths. I don't know what else. What can you not use them for? Super soft, great GSM weight. Yeah, we really like those cloths. And again, you spend $75 with us, you get a $30 value, the 6-pack for free.
SMGL5, don't forget it.
All right.
True Adonis is coming in with some funny comments at the end there.
Yeah, you guys, we'll let you guys do the beefing and the crap talking.
Yeah.
We try and keep our competitors' names out of our mouths because it's a tough industry. We have a lot of competition. We do respect our competitors. There's a lot of good products out there. We like to believe we make the best, but those other companies do stay in business because they've got loyal customers as well. So
absolutely. Don't forget the we're doing another live.
Oh yeah, big time.
Next week. And
that's a big announcement.
Yeah, huge.
Okay, so we've got one more live before we go to SEMA. We're going to be doing another winter washing special is probably what it's going to be about. So actually, going back to our first question we answered today, we're going to probably pick a car that's pretty dirty and help determine the levels of soil for different processes and teach you how to wash your car safely in the comfort of your garage or would reduce water spaces. But likewise, we are going to have probably one of our most unique live events live from SEMA. The week of SEMA.
Yeah, you won't want to miss that one. We'll be announcing everything we're showing or debuting at SEMA. So those of you that were asking in the comments what we're bringing to SEMA, tune into that live and you will find out.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. Blondes or brunettes question in there.
Yeah.
That's an easy one to answer though.
We're both married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your wife's blonde, my wife's brunette, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, that's all I see.
Me too. Yep, all I see.
All right, well, I don't know. Do we have a favorite question that got submitted to us? I mean, we definitely had some funny ones come in. I don't know, Dr. Dino kind of sticks out to me mostly because, I don't know, I'm thinking through that.
His hair regimen is just as intense as his detailing regimen.
Oh, yeah. No. It's not, I'm never late for work because of my hair regimen. I'm late for work because I've got an 8-month-old that now realizes I leave my house and demands my attention. So, you know about that.
Make it hard.
Yeah. All right.
We might have to pick the question post live. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones in here.
You know, I think Joshua might get it just for the cleaning question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, Joshua Hugh, you are our second winner. You are for submitting that question about keeping our facility clean and what we use and how we do it. You're going to get a rinseless wash and wax kit. So the perfect kit for winter washing, reduced water washing conditions. So yeah, that'll be coming your way. Reach back out to us. We'll probably reach out to you either way. And I think we're probably gonna be logging out, guys. So
yeah, awesome engagement again. Thank you all for your questions. Keep it up. Keep it up. We love seeing them.
Yeah.
Love answering them.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget, you got a full day to go capitalize on that order special, that $75, get a free 6-pack of towels. Like I said, we'll be back in 2 weeks with another live. We'll be asking for your questions. There will undoubtedly be another giveaway. We really do appreciate your support, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Have fun in your garage.
Have fun in your garage.